Hello, everybody. My name is JUnit, and welcome back to Procrastination Nation Studio. Today is a bit of a weird video. Our editor's computer has died. So he's obviously getting replacement parts, but for the next little while, we're gonna do some single player games. Timberborn here is what we're playing today. This is a game simply about beaver management. I will operate a city with nothing but beavers. And the idea of this game is simply, you're running a town, trying to help these beavers survive. This game has been out for some time. I forget how long. I've been playing it for years, I feel like, at this point. Game is on Steam. It comes with some base levels here. You can also get custom maps, which I've been doing. What we're going to do today, though, is I'm going to do the forest. I've started on this one. I've not gotten far from the starting area, so you guys are going to join me on this adventure to eventually get to the point where robots become a thing. They already are in the game. They're super fun. But yeah, once the game loads, we'll be right back. Okay, so welcome. I remembered how to spell today. But yeah, this, that's because I've already, let's do 2.0. Okay, fine. Forest 2. There we go. So, these are our little beaver guys. Look at them. They're adorable. There's also little kids, but forget them kids, man. Okay. So, what you're supposed to do is you're going to go cut down trees and all that and gather food and whatnot. So, first thing we're going to do, because this particular map is a bit harder to operate at the start than the others are, I'm going to clear that bit away. That's basically food right there. That's free food. In about 3 days or so, that's going to become berries for them to eat. But what needs to happen first as well is to get some water, because these guys need a drink. I have a couple mods on, so this whole UI is going to look very different than the way it's supposed to. So we're gonna get some trees. There we go. All right, that. We can get some food here. And that's the general basis of the game. You get wood, you get food, they feed. Great. You've now seen stage 1. And a little bit here, once I clear some more of this out, you guys are going to see stage 2. What do you mean that's lacking? I guess I don't have a place to store stuff. There we are. We're going to use that just to store some wood. I suppose I could clear a couple more pieces of this out, make it a bit easier for them to get started. There we go. And now we're going to move another. Never mind. No, I'm not. I was just kidding. Haha. Joke's on me. I'm going to get rid of that little guy because he's useless. And right now, just because we have, only 12 beavers, what's happening? Oh, shelter. Never mind. That they're fine. I was worried it was something scarier. But yeah. So as you can see, we got a lot to get through. This is old metal. Basically, the story of the game is this is past a human apocalypse. And they're just tasked to survive. Ultimately, we'll use this metal to create some insane things. So give me a little bit while I kind of get some more stuff figured out here, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, welcome back. As you can see now, we've got a little bit of stuff built up. Got some storage for the logs, got even some storage for the food, and now all the beavers got a house. So nobody's homeless. Yay! So now the next big goal is to do this thing of science. This is basically what allows us to, like, it's the tech tree. So in order for that to happen, we do need to clear a little bit more away. In most games that you play, that is not recommended because every tree in a starting area becomes super useful until you can get to this point called the forester, which allows you to plant trees. But in this instance, because we have nothing but trees for miles, I don't need to worry about losing a few. Now, I'm not going to make a habit of that because I still need some of these. And look at them working, bam! Now somebody can go do the things of science. Science! And my next major goal, even though we have a chunk of food, is once we can clear up a section here, we're going to make a farm. Because farm allows us to pick certain foods, and it makes it easier to maintain food supply. And we got to wait until morning. Now, I'm running this, I always run this game at ×3 speed. The only time I won't is when there's either a drought, where obviously the water begins to dissipate and, gathering water in certain foods becomes harder, or there's a thing called a bad tide that they added in a little while ago. That's basically the opposite of water. It's just toxic water. So right now, what I do need is I need a big old wood pile. So that way they can cut this stuff all the way. I'm actually gonna bar them from cutting this stuff for now. And I can actually start clearing up some of that. Because now what I need them to do is simple. Also, there's things like well-being, which allows them to, there's beds in case they get sick, there's a shower, there's a campfire for their off time. It helps with this thing called well-being. Essentially, the idea was, and I've already unlocked the character, so it's a little harder to show, but every time you get a +1 on this, they either work faster, work harder, or they just get you more material. So the idea is to get that up to help yourself in the long run. Once you reach a certain level, though, in this case it's well-being of 15, you would unlock the next tier of beavers called the Iron Teeth. They're just a little bit harder to work with. They have certain needs and different things that help them. Oh no, somebody died of old age. The worst. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to continue extending this wood pile section here a little bit. Because at the start of it, again, getting wood is very difficult. Or it's difficult to maintain the amount of wood that you have. Yeah, make all the dick jokes you want. But in the long haul, getting all that stuff taken care of at the start saves you a world of headache later. So we're going to do that. We have almost 3 full containers. I'm actually going to break this one down to do this. So in that way I can get the longer storage unit. How much difference was that? 30 to 72. Definitely worth it. Now are you okay? Good. Yep. I'm aware. Nothing to do in range. I'm working on it. Now I've got those for that. And now that we've got the farm, we get to come down here to plant crops. Carrots are the easiest. They take the least amount of time. And again, the nice thing is the food doesn't spoil. Like, it's almost indefinite. So we're going to start with just a couple of small batches here, just to kind of help them get started. And then in doing so, what I'm also going to do is give them one of these guys to put the carrots in. And in case if you ever get lost during the gameplay, what you can do is up here is all of your storage icons or your materials. Here's just basic materials. So down the road, you'll get things like gears and wood planks and all that. Oh, speak of the devil, we got a drought incoming. So now the big thing at this point is to make sure our water supply is good. Because depending on how long this part takes will be the difference whether or not our beavers live or die. I don't know why I put that there. Not necessary. And ultimately, you want to give each beaver like 1 to 2 water per day of drought. And unfortunately, there's no way of knowing how long the drought will be until the drought happens. So the better idea is to just. Oh, I've been putting the wrong ones down. That's okay. So particularly, these are part of the mod, which allows me, as you can see how these have like wooden planks across the top of them, that allows me to build on top. So like if I really wanted to, I could, add more housing up here, or in this case, for these particular water tanks, I can just, you know, tack on a bunch of water tanks. So if you're looking to try to build more vertically, that mod is really good. But in this instance, we don't need verticality because we don't have the things to do any of that. Which actually, we are getting close. Can we continue over here, please? We're just going to demolish that. And these. Mostly because I would also like for the farm to kind of take over some of this land. But yeah, and again, everything shows your storage up here. So right now I've got no medicinal stuff. I've got no building materials minus the wood, which is its own thing. And day 15 begins. We're going to see if we can survive this first drought. I have no doubt I'll be able to because I'm just that good at the game. I've only been playing a couple 100 hours. All right. In the meantime as well, we're going to do this. Another log pile. Eventually you get the underground ones, which offers the storage of like, I think it's 1,000, right? Yeah, 1,800. Where all these little guys, this one barely, it's almost 200. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. At the start of the game, that is super nice to have, but it gets full pretty quick. I've just realized something. I don't think I'll have enough water. Uh-oh. Okay. So here we're gonna cut this down. And what I'm going to do, this is ultimately going to hinder me a little bit, but because I need the space, and here comes the drought, which means we can find the edge of the map here. These little rocks are what they're water sources. They provide you water, and you can see now that maybe you can't. But ultimately, what happens is any side of the map that doesn't have that, like this, the water's going. Oh, you can see it happening right now. So yeah, what the drought does, it turns off all the water sources, including the bad water. So it's both a blessing and a curse. The idea now is for us to just simply, and actually because I forget that pausing is a function in this game. Oh, I need you guys to clear this way, please, 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 please. If I had the platforms up, I could do that. It's fine. We'll live without it. Just because it's a shorter 2-day one and the water is still relatively here, I'm okay with it. But there's a lot of water, and I'm feeling today some of that's going to start disappearing. Ah, perfect. Just what I needed. Yeah, we'll just do that one. There we go. Once those come up, I mean, right now we don't have a lot of extra beavers to be doing jobs, so it's kind of it's a hit and miss thing. But what we can do is we can basically begin our little storage supply area for the water. Yeah, you made me miss it by like half a second. There we go. And then when I get to it, I'm going to use these other sides as like ways to get up. Oh, we got 38 water. I'm not feeling good about that. I mean, oh, see, and this is the first part with the droughts is because the water's not reaching a high enough level, the dirt actually isn't able to absorb as much water. It's gonna be close. Yeah. That one's just gonna be annoying now until I can. I think I can build that junky one. Yeah. I don't like using these ones just because in like the base part of the game, it takes up a lot of excess wood that is kind of not necessary to be eating up. Same thing with these stairs. Like, it's cool that I don't need to do science stuff to like get to that stage. It's a pretty primitive like level, but at the same time, I waste a lot of materials doing it. So it's a balance of trying to figure out what works best. But the drought has ended. We've survived the first cycle, I believe. That's how that works. Yes. So now cycle 2 begins. Essentially, it's the next season. Now that the drought is over, the water shall return, although a lot of my plants did die. What a shame. That's okay now, because on this one, I can just grow so many. But yeah, now if we look over here, we'll notice at some point, and you can actually watch the water effects, which is why I love this game. I'm going to set my mouse right at where the water level is now. Oh, hey, no, you can't see it on the screen. Never mind. But you see right there, the water's rising ever so slowly to the top of the screen. So they've added some somewhat realistic water effects, which is dope. I love it. I need more beavers. But that'll have to wait simply because this video is going to be pretty long as it is. I don't even know if you guys are going to like this. So we'll leave it here. I need to get rid of that tree. We'll leave it here for now. If you guys do like it, let us know down in the comments. This might be something that I just kind of do in my own for funsies. So yeah, let me know if you guys like it down in the comments, and we'll see you next week. Okay, bye.